The roster isn't fully complete. I basically have 11 starters on both sides of the ball that are somewhat done. I did all the physical ratings, and I did awareness. I haven't done like hip power, block shedding, and all that stuff yet, so it's not completely done. That's kind of funny, seeing John Gruden, because that's so weird, because he left Oakland and went to, it's a rematch all these years later, but he's back in Oakland instead of with the Bucks, so, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, they were probably ready a while ago. Now they can just focus on it. It's done. The only talking they have to worry about now is post-game, and they hope that they'll be talking as the winning team.
And we'll see. You know, both sides come in with a game plan to start. We'll see how the adjustments are made throughout, because there are
Go ahead and cut my go ahead and cut my stream on so I can see any comments or anything. I don't have it turned on right now, so if you're saying something, I am totally missing it, and I apologize. I think I'm gonna do. Let me 1 second. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna. Can I pause this? I'm gonna wait until I have to actually do something, and I'm gonna pause it and adjust the audio. Last time I did something and it didn't. You guys could barely hear me, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to change that this time. Make my voice a little bit louder. Mike Allstott, baby. Hey. Nice. Oh wait, I'm able to actually spectate it? I don't have to do anything then. How do I know if it's still on all Madden? It better be. I'm gonna be so mad if this isn't on all Madden.
So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit, and then I'm going to do some testing to see what it sounds like.
Every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's
Okay, that's not too bad. I think I can work with that. Doing like the little audio test. Seems okay. So basically what I did is someone made a 2002 roster. They put a pretty good amount of effort into it. They didn't complete it. So I'm using that as the base, and I just edited players' heights, weights, names, numbers, if they weren't on the team. So not too bad. I can basically update starters for 2 teams a night. Possibly more. I don't know. I just wanted to go ahead and stream this and post this so you guys can see what it's looking like. See how you see Ronald Jones is the backup. That shouldn't be Ronald Jones. That should be Thomas Jones. But he did a pretty good job. The only thing I really want to do, I don't want to do all the equipment, but what I do want to do is go through and move everybody that has like shooter sleeves, because that just was not a thing back then.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
Come on, Brad Johnson. I can hear John Gruden losing his mind. Sacked by Tony Bryant.
Defensively, I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
There's definitely some warping. It's definitely can animations, but I still think this and Madden 18 look really good, and obviously Madden 25. Madden 25 running the football is just so satisfying on that game. But I'm trying to get a little bit away from that because I've done so many rosters from Madden 25. I don't know. Maybe it's so tough because I love Madden 18. I like Madden 19. Well, not love. I like all three of them. I love Madden 25, but I like Madden 18 and I like Madden 19, and I'm still on the fence about which one I would want to do a roster on. Although everything screams this game. But I do like how the other game has physics. Granted, it's sometimes a little wonky. Amazing punt, almost, but yeah. Charlie Gardner. I did do his equipment because Charlie Gardner is just super. If you go look at his highlights, he's amazing. Looking at his elusiveness, oh my goodness, he is awesome. Good old Jerry Rice. I had to make him right quick. He wasn't, for some reason the guy didn't make him. I guess, I don't know where he was in 2002. I didn't see him on the 49ers. I don't know. But anyway, maybe he just hadn't finished the roster, so I had to make him. And like I said, I'm not trying to spend 2 months creating some crazy detailed roster either. I just want it to be like a quick, easy roster that people can play and have fun. Okay, yeah, trying to run against Derrick Brooks, not going to happen. Derrick Brooks is the best outside linebacker in the game. On Madden on Madden 2004 he is. Wonderful play. But yeah, everybody has their speed, strength, agility, acceleration, and jumping, except for offensive line. I didn't see a need for jumping on offensive line. And not quarterback either, unless you're just wanting to hurdle, but you can't even edit their jumping. Warren Sapp, let's go. Oh man, and I hate how everyone has sleeveless jerseys too, because you know, back then they didn't all have sleeveless jerseys. Like, come on.
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times.
I think this looks great, to be honest with you. I think it looks nice. I think it's on all Madden. I can't tell. The only way I would be able to tell is if I swap to a team and then check out the difficulty. Check out the difficulty and it says like pro, but everything was on all Madden, default, no computer assistance. Gameplay speed is very slow with 100 threshold to make it slightly faster. To me, it looks great. I like it.
The more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Why is Doug Jolly a star player? Okay. Throwing bombs? Oh my goodness, I thought Tim Brown just mossed Rondy Barber. Or yeah, that's who he was covering. Was on him, I think.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
Okay, for some reason they have Anthony McFarland and John Lynch swapped in position groups, but we ain't gonna talk about it. I thought it was an amazing catch about to happen though.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Charlie Gardner, bro. He did really good on the pad height and everything else. I just had to give him the taped fingers. Yeah, he did a really good job on Charlie Gardner, I think. The ratings, like I said, I didn't touch any of the mental ratings or skill ratings, I should say. I just did physical and awareness. So players should perform close, although for certain positions you might argue those are very important ratings to not have, like offensive linemen, defensive linemen, secondary. And I get it. It's just hard to find a formula to translate their overall and the limited ratings from Madden 2004 over. Ooh, I thought he was going to spin off that one.
second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one will swallow.
I put the actual Super Bowl name as the name, or the Super Bowl number, so to speak. I probably should have put in the title that, and then like Raiders at Bucks or something. That way people would know, but it's okay.
They run a draw here on second down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Yeah.
No gain on the play.
Despite it being animation heavy, it's really not that bad. I mean, I know people hate on 19 and 20, and it kept getting worse. What you're seeing right now on screen is about as good as this engine can be. I've watched Madden 23 for next gen. I don't think it looks as good as this. I think it's so animation dependent that you can't even have any bits of physics, and all the animations and directions you go when you get tackled already like super hard coded to be a certain way. This at least has a little bit of variation, and the animations make sense. I think this is good.
Continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
I'll have to create a thumbnail at some point tonight for when this VOD goes live on YouTube.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
Bro, you better throw it, bro.
And this will be incomplete.
And mess around and get sacked by Simeon Rice.
Quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Ball on the 30 as they
I'll
come
check
up
my
second
email
and
really
10.
quick while I'm chilling here.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Poor Jerry Rice. He's like, bro, I'm 37 years old. Please throw me the ball.
They're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
But I looked for him, though. I went to Seattle and looked for him. He just hadn't gotten around to creating him yet.
Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. That's incomplete, but there is
Probably
a
holding.
flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Holding offense.
Mo Collins.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4th.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball.
You know what's weird? So I did do jumping for like all 11 defenders because they can at any point intercept or deflect the pass, so I thought it was important. But also, too, with this game, you have to realize that certain positions, their jump height is hard capped, or it's set to a certain parameter regardless of what rating you give them. Unless it's like 30 jumping or something, obviously. So I almost thought about not doing jumping, but then I was like, no, if you have a really athletic cornerback with like 96 jumping and he's out there, you want to be able to see that, or a safety with 95 jumping. You want to be able to see that 95 jumping. So it almost fits on the screen for me to see it, like all the ratings that I need without having to scroll. So it's just basically I just got to tap the analog over like 2 or 3 times and then back to the left 2 or 3 times, and then it comes back to what all the stuff I need to see. Their ages do not match. I just kind of created who was needed at each position based on just who was there. I didn't do anything crazy. I wanted to hurry up and get this roster made. So granted, a lot of these players are older, so you're actually going to get to use them longer if you go into a franchise with them. So I'm not overly worried about it, honestly. Like I said, I'm just trying to hurry up and get a decent roster. Bill Romanowski, bro, that looks nice. That looks nice. I was just trying to hurry up and get a decent team on the field for each one. That way I could hurry up and get all this little preview VOD stuff out the way.
And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. So 1 quarter down here in the Super Bowl.
I didn't realize the 2002 Raiders,
NFL on EA
or it's
Sports.
2003, but I didn't realize that they had Rod Woodson. For some reason, I knew I last saw him in Baltimore, but I didn't realize he had went to Oakland. Their defense is not bad. They've got Charles Woodson, Rod Woodson, Bill Romanowski, and that's kind of it. Basically, their back seven is really good. The front seven is, or the front four, they're decent. Rod Coleman was starting to come into his own, but at some point he left for Atlanta. I do remember that. Bill Romanowski's like 37 years old too. If you do a franchise with him, he's probably going to retire. Or with the Raiders, he's probably going to retire.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Man, I wish so bad. If anybody wants to send me a Series X, please do. Because I would love to be able to have Madden 25 on there. Because I have a Series S. I have to plug in my old Xbox One, and it chugs a lot when I try to play Madden 25. So if I had a Series X, oh my goodness, I'd probably do more Madden 25 content, to be honest with you. Dude, Brad Johnson, bro, you are sucking it up, my man.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him.
And at some point, Tony Bryant, the guy that already has 2 sacks, he went to New Orleans. Didn't really work out there because we had Darren Howard, Charles Grant, then we drafted Will Smith. So
Change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead.
like the more I'm looking at this game, it really looks like it's pretty much the Buccaneers defense versus the Raiders offense. Like that, I feel like that's the matchup that everyone wants to see. No one really wants to see Brad Johnson hand off to Michael Pittman over and over. Just like we really don't want to see. I mean, I do want to see Rod Woodson and Charles Woodson. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like the matchup to watch is this offense versus this defense right here.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
Let's go, Rich Gannon.
Going down the middle.
Okay.
Complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the
If I have any time after this game, I'll go mess around on Madden 18 a little bit. But yeah, so far I think this will be. I think this is fine. The only thing, I think what really bugs me about Madden 18 is the fact that you can cut on a dime and swerve as a running back or a receiver or pretty much any ball carrier. That's what I don't like. This actually has planting and cutting and momentum. It's not as good as Madden 25's True Step, but it's still pretty good. Ooh. See, that don't look bad. That looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good.
Where's John Lynch at? Is that him near the line of scrimmage right there? It is. He made the tackle? I was literally watching him the whole play.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, dude, John was pretty big for his safety, 6'2", 220.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet.
I wish we could get Jerry Rice involved. I'd love to see that. Please, throw that man a pass, man. There he goes. Okay. I don't know what in the world. 33, 23, 33. Who was that on the coverage? That dude got crossed over somehow in the middle of Tim Brown's route. I don't don't know what will happen. He got turned around. And he's just like, huh? Where'd he go? And then he got stiff arm. Yeah, there's a little bit of clunkiness in there. But it's okay. It's okay though. It's a video game. It's allowed. There's a certain margin of error that you should allow video games, considering it's a computer and not a human. All right, let's see what we can do. Dude, I want to see Charlie Gardner just completely destroy people with his elusiveness, but it hasn't quite happened yet. Oh no. Yeah, I was waiting on that one.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst,
I just thought about it. I don't think they have the correct I made their number 2 corner, but I think I actually might have forgotten to put him on the field. No, there he is. It's Brian Kelly right there. Okay, so I'm confused. How is... I guess he was just tired? Yeah, he was just tired. That's fine. I don't like that the player models are all really skinny. Like, I couldn't make... Like, Warren Sapp was like a drum barrel, bro. He was just massive. And you can't really make them as big as they used to be. That's offensive linemen you can make pretty big, but defenders always like look slim. Ooh, he fumbled. Okay then, well.
So the defense there, opportunistic. It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times
well, they were driving. Dude, this Rich Gannon is like really good. Really good. I mean, his overall is like 93 or 92, so I mean, that's pretty much spot on to what it is on Madden 2004 anyway. But man, he's making some great decisions. I keep telling you guys, if you're gonna make a roster and you want it to play as realistic as possible, set the quarterback's sense pressure to ideal. I know not all of them have that, but it's a video game. Set it to ideal and set it to conservative, and they'll make pretty good decisions. Or maybe you can go ideal for both. It kind of just depends who the quarterback is or what the offense is. Oh my goodness. You just straight up dropped it? I'm like, listen here, Joe Juravicious, we gotta have a chat there, bud. My man just dropping passes. Just hitting him just hitting him in the chest, and he's just like, huh? What was that? Was that a bug?
A reminder coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman of the crew in Orlando.
How much time is left? 2 minutes? It's a close game though. So far the 2 games that I've only actually visually simmed one. This one is my second one, so but so far they're close games. Oh, just throw the ball. Oh my goodness, bro. This whatever he did to Brad Johnson, or not Brad Johnson. Yeah, that's Brad Johnson. I don't know. I need to go look at his traits because he's just like oblivious to pressure. And you already know John. You're not holding on to the ball. So I need to definitely tweak his passing and stuff like that. Because he's just holding on to the ball way too long. And he's getting happy feet, and Brad Johnson was a like absolute statue back there, so he's not running anywhere. I know he wasn't as good as Rich Gannon, but his awareness was still pretty high. I think his awareness is high 80s. And then Gannon's is like low 90s, but maybe that's the difference. I don't know.
Across the 15 to the 16. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup.
Yeah, everybody has sleeveless jerseys, and I don't like it. When I was editing them, if I remembered, I went and changed it to just normal instead of sleeveless. I think it looks better. Looks more authentic for the time. See, like, see if Rich Gannon had sleeveless, dude, that would look so terrible. Like Bill Romanowski, he was standing right next to him. Like, it looks so much better with standard than it does sleeveless, considering the time period of the roster. Ooh. Okay.
It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Raider offense
6 rushes, 5 yards. Well, he's juked a couple of people, though. He's also a good receiving back, but they haven't thrown many passes, unfortunately.
Because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on
Stupid
this
Reddit sending me an update that I already got earlier today. I did, so traditionally speaking, on like the older Maddens, your middle linebacker was there in dime, and then nickel was middle and right outside, and then obviously 4-3 had all three. But I did something different where the best linebacker would be the sub linebacker for like dime and nickel. Just because Derek Brooks, it would make the Bucks, like, he might have been the weak side backer, but at the same time, it just made more sense for him to be on the field as opposed to Shelton Quarles. I thought so, at least. Especially because of how good he was in coverage. So, that's just a little food for thought on that one.
On the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Oh goodness, throw it. And
Escape, and he goes down.
Simeon Rice.
And on that one, the protection.
I remember when they used to have like everybody's name in a bank, and he'd be like Rice on the sack. Like, even though it was clearly like a chopped audio clip where they just inserted name and then like the action or whatever, at least like they could have added like Rice, or I mean that's an easy name, you would think.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15.
Ooh, bad play call.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
Honestly, you know what I should do for the Bucks? I should just put Mike Allstott as the power back so he gets carries. I didn't really think about that. Wait, I should have done that. That way you would see Mike Allstott, because he's not just the fullback. He gets a lot of carries as a fullback too. And I can't really force carries other than maybe putting him as the power back. So I'm probably going to do that after this. I have little tweaks I got to do. Little things I need to work out. But so far so good, I think. I just need to look at Brad Johnson because he was a very conservative, like, timing-based passer. Rich Gannon obviously had his playbook was opened up a little bit more, so to speak. And he could actually move, too, for being. And then Rod Woodson, he's out here, he's like 37 or something like that, too. They got a really old defense.
14 seconds, all that's left.
So if you think about it, like, Rod Woodson won a Super Bowl with the Ravens, and then a couple of years later went to the Raiders. Should have went to the Super Bowl, or excuse me, should have won, and then they had the Tuck rule happen 1 year, so it was just like, man, this dude could have had like a lot of rings.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
Granted, this is 2003, so actually I don't know if I don't think he was at I don't know if he was on the Raiders the previous year. Yeah, I just thought about what I just said. Yeah, he might not have actually been on their team in 2002. Oh well. Yeah, it's not a 1-for-1. I probably should have mentioned. I didn't create it just for the end of that season. A lot of the players are still there, but yeah, there's a little bit of variation. Dude, Brad Johnson, my man. Is that Rod Woodson talking smack to JoJo Vicious? Bro, how do you let a 37-year-old safety cover you as a receiver? Like, come on now. My man, my man's getting worked by old man Rod Woodson. He's going backwards. That's always nice.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
I think it's on all Madden. I'm pretty certain. I'll test all that stuff after this game, but I'm pretty certain it goes off of whatever settings that you use from your menu. I'm pretty certain that's how that works. Meanwhile, super low scoring Super Bowl.
The Bucs on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion.
Yeah, dude, Brad Johnson is like not doing well as a quarterback. But then again, that Tampa Bay defense is so stout, like they can't really get anything going. There better not be no pass interference. I kind of have there might be.
Pass interference.
Wow.
Defense.
Dexter McDonald, either the nickel or dime corner, pretty much just gave up a field goal at the end of the half. Well, Martin Gramatica at this point in his career is actually really good, so he's probably going to make this. Yep, so go figure.
The Superbowl. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Yeah, I think 85 accuracy. So yeah, there was a pretty good shot he was going to make that.
You guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. It's been a tremendous season from
Tim Brown was doing a little bit of cooking. Poor Jerry Rice only caught like 1 pass. Charlie Gardner he made some really cool elusive moves, but he didn't have very good blocking. I don't know. Rich Gannon looks like really poised. He's looking really good.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Well, running the ball is not working for the Raiders, but they were dicing them up until Doug Jolly, the tight end, fumbled. So, ooh. Play.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
False start.
Of course.
Offense.
So that'll back him up 5. A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. And they'll run it here. And he'll go down right
Finally.
around 27 this time.
Finally, Charlie Gardner gets a good run.
Pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big.
I was waiting on him to break one, man. I've been waiting.
Now back to throw.
All right, Rich Gannon. There you go. Woo! Dwight Smith almost picked that.
They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been there.
I mean, he's super accurate. Don't get me wrong. He's made some pretty impressive throws this game. But that was ill-advised, my friend.
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over.
It's so crazy how much of this gameplay that you see is dictated based on speed, strength, agility, jumping, and awareness. Those 5 ratings alone are so important for almost every position that I'm not going to say like man coverage and zone coverage or hit power or run blocking or pass blocking don't matter. But like those ratings alone that I gave Dwight Smith near about got him a pick in the Super Bowl because he played it perfectly just based on those ratings. So I mean, overall does matter, don't get me wrong, but when you're creating rosters and you're trying to create them quickly and somewhat efficiently, you can near about just give everybody just their base 5 ratings, create a game, focus on equipment and depth charts, and maybe age and whatever you want to do, and you can get a pretty solid product, I'd say. But like I said, this is a 2002 roster that I'm editing into a Madden 2004 roster. All 22 starters plus kicker plus punter, so 24 starters for each team have their exact ratings. Except offensive linemen, I didn't do jumping because I didn't see the need for jumping for offensive linemen. Doesn't mean I won't do it in the future. I just haven't done it with offensive linemen.
After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it, and he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So yeah, I just did the starters for the Bucks and the Raiders, and then I'll go to NF, which will probably be, I don't know who was in the championship game. Let me pop out, close my chat for a split second and go look who will be next.
Imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely going.
Or never mind, apparently I deleted it.
These offenses can
Really?
pop a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop? Something
Okay, well I had a screenshot of the playoff bracket from 2002, and I don't have it anymore, but that's okay. No biggie. I can go find it. It's not that hard.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This will be 3rd and 6. They're going to look to throw.
Ho ho! Brian Kelly. Oh my goodness, he should have had a pick 6, but he had some weird animation that caused him to like run out of bounds. Nice. Nice.
and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your
I think what caused that was the animation. It had to have been the animation that caused that.
stories about
Yeah, it was the animation 100% that caused that.
days.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second.
See, that's where I like Madden 18 because it's not so animation dependent that, yeah, it might be a little wonky at times, but he probably would have stayed inbounds and scored if this was Madden 18. Golly, I can't make up my mind which one I want to do because this one is just overall more polished of a game.
And now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. They'll set up a throw.
Okay, Keenan McCardell. Nice catch, my man. Probably need to get rid of that shooter sleeve because you definitely didn't have one back then. But, you know, I wish I could, like, edit the entire roster and, like, with one click and say remove all shooter sleeves. And then change every jersey to standard instead of tucked. And then everything would be, like, instantly 10 times better. Got all these dudes rocking shooter sleeves for no reason.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience.
Michael Pittman's okay. He really doesn't have like all that going for him, to be honest with you, like ratings wise.
He struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Dude, I'd love to see Mike Allstott get a carry, but I didn't put him as the power back option. His blocking ratings aren't really all that good either, but he's hanging in there. His overall is like 77 in this game, but he's got like insanely high trucking and whatnot and break tackles. So, but I mean, Allstott wasn't a ferocious blocker anyway. He was just he was the A train, man. You couldn't tackle him. Ooh, nice run stuff. That's Rod Coleman, the defensive tackle.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern day NFL defensive tackle.
Yeah, he is.
He definitely makes up for it in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
Super athletic though.
But that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of one.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so.
Dude, I thought today was Thursday and tomorrow is Friday, and then I just realized it's only Wednesday and tomorrow is Thursday. Then it's Friday. I'm like, oh. It's like an instant like letdown.
Sniff it out and finish it off.
He's probably gonna make this too. Pretty good kicker they have.
And his kick is indeed good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. And they don't get a touchdown here on the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you've motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Man, there's so much downtime in between like change of possessions and stuff. So much downtime. And they'll go with a ground attack here. Dude, Warren Sapp just utterly destroyed that play by himself. All right, guys, one more quarter.
Superbowl. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Low scoring game.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
It's crazy to me they removed breaking the huddle and walking to the line of scrimmage. Like that's just something. Why would you ever get rid of that? That's crazy to me. They got rid of that in the newer Maddens. Now that I think about it, just throwing a Hail Mary to who? Oh my goodness, Rich Gannon. I don't know who Westbrook is, but he's making plays.
He's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, you're
No, granted, I think
out the window, and it makes things easier.
who was their actual third receiver in real life back then? I'm not sure.
In this league that's any good, that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
He must be talking about Brett Favre. Pretty sure Brett Favre would be the only quarterback to throw 5 interceptions and somehow still win the game. Literally only Brett Favre. Okay. I mean, you're trying to go through Derek Brooks and Greg Spires. Good luck.
So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. Fighting.
Oh, wow.
It's out.
What a play, bro. Who did that? Come on, Charlie Gardner, bro. I've been waiting this whole game to see you break out. And you literally get stood up. Who gets you? Who hits you?
I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to
Rudd?
give them a whole lot of credit, but
So that's their left outside linebacker. I forgot his first name.
in that position,
Great play. See what I mean? Like, dude, tackling is important, don't get me wrong, but awareness. He has a high aware. He has a super low overall, but he has decent physical stats and high awareness. And boom, he makes a good play. I'm telling you, like, ratings are overrated. Obviously, you don't want like a Peyton Manning out here with a 75. But granted, if you simmed with a 75 Manning, he'd probably suck. But if you actually visually sim the game and he has like 98 awareness or whatever it is, he's probably going to play pretty well. Like, I don't know.
careful with it, and again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Dude, you should just ran the ball. You're going to get sacked for a safety. Oh, my goodness.
Gonna throw right side here, complete.
Yo, what in the world? He was just refusing to go down. If the penalty happened in the end zone, that's a safety, by the way.
Holding offense.
Yep, that's a safety.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Yeah, that was a safety.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness gracious. Please.
Fielded it right on the goal line.
I'm going to say, whatever you do, don't fumble. That was going to be terrible if he would have fumbled. All right, this is setting up for an interesting game.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field.
All right, Charlie Gardner, redeem yourself, old fella. You're not a young fella at this point in your career.
How to does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester. That's for
Dude,
sure.
it makes me want to go watch his highlights.
To be that close
Maybe
to
one day, like when I'm not
is really
making
disappointing
rosters or
for the
streaming,
guys
we'll have like a
on
watch
offense.
party of like
The defensive
NFL
players
people
show
that
hey,
like no one really
put some
thinks
points
about
up
from
and
each
have a
position
little
that are
momentum
actually pretty
going.
fun to
They
watch.
gotta find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go.
Short-term memory.
I don't know.
Move
So
on
maybe,
to the
maybe,
next series.
maybe we'll have to figure that one out because of copyright stuff. You know what I mean? So,
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
all right, Rich Gannon.
They'll come out
Show me what you got, old fella.
first down. Now he'll dump it underneath
Okay.
to his running back, complete. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be a second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been
Yeah, tackling's been excellent despite them just having their physical ratings. Granted, the guy that made the 2002 roster, he did do some ratings for some players. So, they're not all terrible players converted into, you know, starters or anything. Not all of them. Ooh.
Left sideline, but it's incomplete.
All right, 3rd down and 3.
A pretty good
There you
coverage
go.
there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
All right, here we go. Boom,
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 22. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had
No, he hasn't. Running the ball has been non-existent. Running the ball in all Madden must be a nightmare unless you're like some elite of the elite running backs. It looks near impossible.
So they'll keep handing it to him.
Here's the Raiders punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
This is taken at the 15.
I don't know why he like hesitated.
Tough to do better than that.
I don't know why he has shooter sleeves either.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see,
He needs to get rid of the ball. That's what he needs to do. He's trying to scramble, and 2, he doesn't take the open receivers. So I need to go edit his player tendencies after this, so he'll like be more aware of the rush and try to get rid of it. Because he's just, I don't know what in the world he's doing. He's just not playing well.
So he doesn't get hit as much.
and we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
Get ready. Red 38.
Oh yeah, Drew Brees is on this roster. He's like 2 years in.
Play action
I think Doug Flutie is his backup.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And it's able to get up here to the 26.
He only has 7 completions in the world. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's not 15-minute quarters. Or 5 completions. I don't know. Michael Pittman's doing half decently running the ball, but that's about it. Their offense is just slow, man. They don't have anybody that can stretch the field.
Clock continuing to
Literally.
run. They'll
They're
probably
not
line this all
terrible
the way to the
players by
7
any
on
means,
the
but they have
second
no
down.
speed. The Raiders don't either.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop
And let's
this
say
one,
they're just
you'll
gonna
be
let the
carrying
time
around
go
the training
down.
facility for an entire
No,
week.
no point. You're winning by a point in the Super Bowl.
Around campus, right?
Ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach. He's
John
in deep
Gruden was
trouble.
on there. He'd be like, all right,
it's
so just don't mess this up. If you do, you're fired after the season. Just so you know.
Let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Yeah, after this, I'm going to edit the quarterbacks.
Getting into it.
I'm going to do all that off stream, so don't worry about that. But I'm going to edit the quarterbacks, their tendencies, And then I'm probably going to hop over to Madden 18, kind of mess around on that one for just a little bit, maybe 15, 20 minutes or so. They very well might get the ball back. Oh, they are. Duh. I was like, they very well might get the ball back. 4th down and 3. They got 2 timeouts. I trust in Rich Gannon more than I do Brad Johnson. So I'm just saying, if he can like string together some passes. They don't have any speed, the Raiders do. Or excuse me, the Raiders do. No, neither one of them do. The Raiders' speed is on their defense at their cornerback position. For some reason, I was thinking Tim Brown was faster, but no, I think pretty much him and Jerry Rice are around 85 or 88 speed. They're kind of slow. Mike Allstott going down there to make the tackle? Okay. Just whatever you do, Rich Gannon, don't throw it to Doug Jolly, because that dude already cost you guys a potential 3 points to a touchdown earlier in the game. I'm pretty sure the Raiders should be winning this. They should be winning this, but that fumble, they fumbled twice and turned it over without getting points. Charlie Gardner fumbled in the red zone. And then Doug Jolly fumbled somewhere around midfield in Buccaneers territory. I just don't remember the exact yardage on it, but. All right, here we go. He fumbled again? Yeah, he's done. He's done. Oh my goodness. Warren Sapp stripped him. Dude, that is crazy to me. Warren Sapp just straight up stripped that ball right out of his hands. This one is over. Pretty certain this is mathematically, like, the timing is over. I don't know. I don't think they have enough time. Ooh. Yep. Got it. You ever pop your knuckles? Like your thumb knuckle? Yeah, that's a tough one. Tough one to pop. Dude, the Buccaneers defense has just been smothering this game. That dude probably just saved a touchdown. Easily. Michael Pittman is not the fastest, but I didn't even see the free safety anywhere on the screen. I think he got blocked or something. That was about to be a touchdown, maybe. Well, no, Ronnie Barber or the other cornerback, 25, probably would have hawked him down. John Lynch probably wouldn't have. Or not John. What am I saying? Goodness gracious, they're on offense. No. Charles Woodson or Philip Buchanan. I think they're both 95, 96 speed. So yeah, they probably would have called him.
Probably crashing the line here. Get ready. Red 38. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
No, they will get the ball back with not a whole lot of time.
Important third down.
With like 13 seconds left. I'm not even exaggerating. If they're going to get the ball back with like 10 seconds. Because the clock isn't going to stop after this. No. What am I? Well, if they pass the ball and it's incomplete, they can't really run down. They can't run down the clock right now either. No, they're going to get the ball back with a good little chunk of time. Granted, the computer just starts throwing Hail Marys instead of actually calling like smart plays. So I can't control that. The AI play calling gets really bad at the end of the game. Yeah, they're going to end this. That's what they're going to go do. And he just chunks it out of bounds over the run. Goodness.
As we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, You don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive
Okay, I mean,
on the football.
a field goal is whatever. They're going to have to drive down and score a touchdown anyway, even if he makes this.
And his kick is absolutely perfect.
Those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
I can't believe they even have the ball. They should have easily should have ran the ball, but they got greedy and wanted to pass and see if they could make something. It is trash. That's twice in the Super Bowl.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now.
Because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences.
Literally, with no timeouts, don't hand off the ball. Don't throw it to Charlie Gardner. I think he'll be okay. Or just tell him to slide. Every time he's about to get tackled, just slide and go down and put two hands on the ball.
They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Dude, he's Doug Jaw. But Charlie Gardner, man, his turnovers have just been at the worst times.
Back to throw.
I didn't know you had it in you.
Was that a receiver?
Whose sack did he break?
A running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his
Dude, I don't know whose sack he broke, but I'd be like embarrassed.
He showed the agility there with
score. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
back to throw. Wide open receiver complete.
Old man, slow man, Jerry Rice.
Almost to the 40 before being taken.
He didn't have gloves, did he? When he was with the Raiders? Maybe I'm thinking of the Seahawks. I don't know. I probably need to go look at that, see if he has gloves or not. Hey, I'm just saying Rich Gannon might do this thing, man. He might do it. He might just over. Granted, if you just had some speed, if you just had somebody with like 90-something speed, man, all these receivers are about as fast as linebackers, unfortunately. What in the world? Yeah, you underthrew him. Near about gave Rondy Barber an interception.
Hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
I kind of forget, though. He doesn't have that strong of an arm, but he's super accurate, though.
4 for 9.
Just carve him up there, bro. Just, like, don't worry about taking the big shots, man. I mean, he's trying to for whatever reason.
He's gonna let it fly.
Yeah, it's over. It's over. He's soft-armed. Power to get it there.
Past the 30-yard line.
Well, that's going to wrap up this one, guys.
Like when I was growing up and the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and you heard about a guy somewhere. Now they run into each other at camps, going through high school ball, recruiting, college games, all-star games, you name it. A lot more familiarity with each other.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. They have the
Well,
lead, obviously,
in a
late in the game.
series of events and some
For some reason they would make a
heavy
mistake.
misfortune, looks like the Buccaneers are going to win the rematch, and they won the original too, so
bottom
There
line
you
is,
go.
do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
No, this one is fully this one is over there, boss man. This one is over.
Time for this one final knee to put a bow on this title bout.
I don't know why we walked through for some reason. And what did we see? Taking a knee and celebrating winning a Super Bowl. They want that vision. They did it for real.
Yeah,
Yeah, this
just
is it.
scripted it
They're not even
up.
gonna get this
Defense can't
playoff.
stop the clock, and they can watch the final
It is
seconds
over.
tick.
The Buccaneers won the original.
Buccaneers trophy to cap an amazing season.
Long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy.
Is my stream buffering?
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi Trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. What a season.
It looked like it was for a split second.
Feels like we have been there every step of
But,
the way.
well, I'm going to go ahead and let this finish out.
Wonderful job.
But anyway, guys, thanks for watching this video. Like I said, I'm going to be working on a roster. I think it looks better. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this presentation. I'll probably do more in the future as I get teams made, just kind of showing them off. I need to make some tweaks, obviously. But yeah, God bless, Jesus loves you. I'm going to let this finish, and then the video will end. Eldest the Great, out.